It's been a long time since I had a chance to talk about something serious in my videos. Most of my videos these days are my greatest achievements in Tetris, which is amazing because I'm a pro Tetris player. But today I want to talk about emotional investment. The simple fact that the longer you've been doing something, the longer you want to keep doing it. The longer you've believed something, the stronger you believe it. And the longer you've been in a relationship with someone, the more emotional investment and loyalty you have to them. And I think that one thing that makes me kind of different is that I do not like change. I really don't like change. And so when things change, I tend to get a little bit freaked out, because I like my comfort zone. I like things not to change, but some things change and there's nothing I can do about that. And I've learned to be a little bit more adaptable. But you know what? Staying the same is not a virtue, neither is changing a virtue. Neither one of these things is better than the other. It all depends on the context. Because take, for example, now consider that I'm a 35-year-old single virgin, so take this with a grain of salt. But I look at people in their relationships, their marriages, and it's like there are people who are dating for a few months or they even get married for a few years, and then they end up having a tragic divorce after a short time. And I just think about how, people, they don't do many things very long term. Most people don't long term invest into something. But I'm a person who likes to do that, and I've been, like just as an example, it recently occurred to me that my entire work history I have all memorized because it's very simple. I worked at the Lee Summit East Hy-Vee from October 2012 all the way until about September of 2019, because by that time I had gotten that job with Brilliant, and I was actually working both jobs. I was working Hy-Vee on weekends and working during the week at Brilliant. But then when I had to move to Independence to be close to the full-time job, it took me away from Lee Summit East Hy-Vee. And so, then after losing the job at Brilliant, well, I went to the Hy-Vee near where I lived at the time, because it was logical location-wise. So I worked for Hy-Vee for so many years, then Brilliant, and then I went back to Hy-Vee. So I've only worked for two companies in my entire life, and even still, I'm trying to stick with Hy-Vee for now because I am emotionally invested. I'm emotionally invested in a lot of things. Hy-Vee, my mother, River, Tetris, computer programming. There's a lot of things I'm invested in. Because the longer you do something, the more you care about it and the better you get at it. And I just think that what this world is lacking loyalty, among other things. But, don't get me wrong, there are times when things have to change. There are times when relationships need to end and when people need to get a better job. But I do think that people are far too quick to give up. And I'm not a quitter. I like to stay with things. I like to see if I can work things out. But at the same time, this can also destroy a person when they don't change where they need to. But it can destroy them just as much when they change when they shouldn't. So that's my philosophical musing for the day. I hope something I said makes sense, but the world needs some emotional investment. The world needs some loyalty. And I think about this quite frequently, especially in light of recent events, as my life changes and I don't want it to.